in the courts, it would have been so fantastic, to hear it word for word. But sadly, things took turns, and it is what it is. I don't want a situation whereby Saint told me, you people should let it slide. Let it slide. Do you understand? Let it go. Let it slide. Ó kàn ṣe mí ní kàyéfì. Ó kàn ṣe mí ní kàyéfì. But kò bàjẹ́. Ó bà ní kò bàjẹ́.
Kudimi, I'm not saying all of this for you to even hate K Crown or anything. But on that live, when I went to another person's live, Titus Taylor, that day, I was saying it that if I come to your live, I will tell Yekudi to be careful of K Crown. I said it. I said you cannot be friends with somebody, and these people, they insult the person you call your friend, and you'll be allowing them on your live to be indirectly sending you a message to that person that you call your friend. People that were on the live that day.
I'm still asking again. What do you expect me to have done? I don't understand. Now, I said this. I need to clarify this, Yeye. I said this, that even before I came on, I said even before I came on live, I made it there. I said even before I came on live, that, and as I reading that, a message has been sent to me that they were talking about me, and sent by Tommy has foolishly said it is Team Wunmi, and I'm telling you, it was my elder sister that was watching your live, who is your fan, that sent me a message that you are. I will screenshot it and send to you, Yeye. That gave me that made me understand that they were discussing about me, and she warned me. So it is not. So sometimes when you think you are wise, or you are trying to be wise, you are just being foolish. You can't just conclude with on your mind and say it's Team that is giving you message. What kind of? I will not take it, Yeye. What kind of talk is that? What kind of talk is that?
You see, not one thing about you, and I will say it here: learn to respect people. When I say okay, is it not okay? When I say okay, it's okay.
But she was here lying against me, publicly lying against me. That people are.
Can you say? What have you heard me say? Can we forget this? Can we forget this? Is this why
it is my platform for crying out loud? What would I have done? What would I have done? Whatever thing you tag as insult, it is to you. There are things that I've done, there are things that I've seen, that I've done, that I call your attention to, which is normal. So you can't tell me nobody can tell me how I operate with Yeye. You can't tell me how I operate with Yeye. You can't. If they have insulted you, if they have insulted Yeye or anything, I know what to do. You can't tell me how I operate with Yeye. You can't.
Can you forget it? Can you forget it? Did you hear me say, hey, K Crown, can you forget it? Even you know, I always say, I don't know how you people operate TikTok. You know that I don't know how TikTok operates. You can say that. But, I don't know how all these things operate. It was because of the way you came in and you were angry. That's why I had to explain to you, you saw that type. Can we go ahead and discuss what is very important? Take a deep breath. Breathe in and out. Adedolapo, please.
He's angry.
Oh, you people should forget what?
Oh no, èmi ò tẹ mo fẹ́ sọ kankan. Mọ́kàn tí mo kàn fẹ́ sọ ni pé K Crown ó dà pé inú bí wọn nílé. Wọ́n bínú nílé. So kíní yẹn ló trigger àwọn nǹkan tèmi feel nìyẹn. Sorry, just we've been working for you since now, from Facebook to TikTok. Please, we are sorry, ẹ má jẹ́ ká jà. And that's what I just want.
Can you please, you people should please, why we are here is to hear what happened in the court. Etiniki K Crown, bínú lọ.
No, if I'm working with Team, if I'm talking with Team Wunmi, if I'm working with them, no, I can't be rude to you now, Yeye. It's not possible. It's not possible. I can't be rude to you. If I'm working.
Because mo fẹ́ sọ tẹ́ fáwá ṣe tí a fẹ́ sọ ń bíbá yóò ṣe mọ́ kí wọ́n ti ń lọ kí ló sọ yẹn ń sọ fún mi pé get away nìyẹn náà.
No, Yeye, Abba. No. It's just that I don't like it when people just just assume things. Assumption is the lowest form of reasoning. When you just sit down and assume things, I was still in court yesterday. I was still with this man. So what is now the big deal?
These are women.
This is a public space. I prioritize my image so well. This is a public space. And anything anybody says is on record. So I have every right to defend myself or to say something that I know that yes, it didn't fit. It's a public image. So what will I say now? Okay, what will I say now that all of them will not say he's lying, is this, is that, he's been compromised, they've bought him, they've do this, they've bought that.
It's me, Abi, Emini Wobu, okay, Motigba, okay, wo bumi, okay, Motigba, let's forget it. Emi Shani, okay, what's there? Ṣé ó yọrun kan lára mi àbí ó affect mi ni? Okay, Motigba. Can we go to the main topic?
No problem, yeah.
Thank you. God bless you. Saint Tommy àti Adedolapo, please, women, mute yourself. John, torí Ọlọ́run, K-Crown, please, let us pray. Ọlọ́run ọba gba ọpẹ́ wa. Ọlọ́run ọba wá bá bomi tútù sí ọkàn K-Crown, gba ọpẹ́ wa. Yeah, K-Crown, lead the floor. Tell us exactly what happened yesterday, please. We want to know. We are particular about what happened yesterday. If you can remember word for word, give it to us. How it happened. Most importantly, the cross-examining of Prime Boy. Thank you so much. God bless you.
All right. Thank you so much. The first thing I want to say is that nobody is actually talking about, and I came on live today and I talked about that thing. That it is so striking, and I am not saying that there should be anything, but I am only being curious about that thing. When the magistrate walked in, and when Prime Boy was talking, in the middle of his talk, the magistrate stood up and said that they were calling her based in respect of the matter. And she went for about maybe 5 minutes or less, and she came back. So I was so surprised that is it possible for a court proceeding to be going on and a judge or a magistrate will say that she was being called, as regarding that matter. Now, the details of why she was called was not known. She didn't come back and say, okay, this is it. She didn't give us any explanation. But I think that the magistrate owes us, what that call was actually about. So, and that was that. So we can up and down the rest, and
it can happen. Sometimes we hear or stand in the courts, and the only thing is that if it was that the judge said to you people that it is in regard of what was being,
Yes, she said so. You said so.
She didn't owe that to anybody. She used her discretion in saying it. She didn't owe that to anybody, and probably it's not even true. It may not be, because really, if it is in regard to the case, would she have told you people? So no, that's why I'm saying that I don't think it can happen. The judge can at any time decide to stand in the court or stand, and for different reasons, you understand? Like the last time people were there, that she said she wasn't feeling well. Do you get what I mean? So I don't think I understand where you're going to, but I don't think we should mean it on that, really, to be sincere.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, no problem. So I think the inquest started with Prime Boy, and where he was narrating. It was not just narrating, because the questions were so much. The questions were so much, and he talked about. He said he has known Mohbad for 20 years, and they asked him what happened, in that car, and in that on the day of the of the show. Said nothing seriously happened, that Mohbad was fine, Mohbad was okay, and but they asked him that what that at what that is, they asked him about the sitting position. He narrated. He said Darosha was sitting beside the driver. He was sitting behind Darosha and the second row. Then Wumi at the middle. Then Mohbad at the back of the driver, the other side, and Spending at the back. Said Mohbad told him to go and clear the car, and that he wants to leave. And he said when he went, he was just going and coming, and he got tired, and he said that but they were quarreling. That he said they asked him what were they quarreling about? That what were they quarreling? He said that they were just talking, that it was like that Wunmi made mention of a girl, and Mohbad was like, oh, that why did you talk about this? That was actually why when they got to Ebute, according to him, and the quarrel continued. That why are you talking about this? Why I'm going to show? Why do you bring up this matter? Then it was like Wunmi was not like show Sheni, like didn't he do it? Something like that. But he was calming them even when they were going, that they should stop. That that is not this is not the right place. That they were just talking, but they were just trying to calm them down. And so when they got to the show, he left and all of those things. He said the Prado car did not follow them because they didn't know that Wunmi was going to be going with them. So they had to order for another Prado, but they've gone already. So the second Prado came to meet them at the show. And he said when they got down, he went down, that Wunmi was in the car, that, they're asking that what happened after the show. He said the quarrel continued, the argument continued, and Bad was telling that he wants to leave, that, he said, he also said that when they were going to the show, that Wunmi wanted to come down of the car when they got to Ebute, that Wunmi said he was not going to go, but on their way, yes, on their way, that, but they were like telling the driver to stop, that she was telling the driver to stop. The driver said want to stop, that he was not like, Primeboy said, that, say you want to stop me, something like that. At the end of the day, they all went to the show. So when they were coming back, the quarrel continued, still in that show, and he said they're asking that did he hear what was the nature of the quarrel, or that have you ever heard anything Mohbad said about the paternity of the child or thereabout. He said that the only thing he heard when he moved closer to the car, when they were talking, when they were arguing, was when Mohbad said that he spoke it in Yoruba, that Nkono Mohbad soon, and wá tó wá lọ́jọ́ kejì wá ní pé ó ti lóyún, ṣé mo mọ̀ bóyá mi mo ní bàbá ọmọ yìí. That was what he said. Like, the first days I met with you once, and you came back and you said you're pregnant. How am I so sure that I'm the father of this child? That was what he said. He said, but then he said he feels that maybe Mohbad was, angry at that time. That was why he made, that statement. So they asked him that that what happened, that he didn't know about the court, the injury Mohbad had. He said Mohbad did not, that there was no injury, that nothing happened, and there was no fight, that he didn't fight with Mohbad. Said when the quarrel continued and when he sat down, that he had to tell Mohbad to stop, and Mohbad felt that he was not on his side, and Mohbad came down of the car to the other side and opened the car and started telling him to come down of the car, to get out of the car, that who is he to be telling him about his family, all those things, blah blah blah, and he started hitting him while he be sitting on the car. That initially he did not want to come down because he felt that he was joking, and he felt that it would be embarrassing for him to come down. So it was just like, okay, it's okay now, just normal way of trying to like pacify Mohbad. Then he now said that when he was eating, that the security people now came. He said the two reasons why he didn't fight Mohbad was that was the fact that there were security people there. And he was feeling embarrassed, that he will feel embarrassed. So said the security people came to hold him that they held him and they now asked him to come down of the car. See, that was when he now decided to go and meet Obi Kubana and explain to him. And Obi Kubana told him to stay on the stage with the security person that is there to stay with him. And since then, that was when later, after some minutes, he saw his director and he said they've gone and all of those things. So he said he didn't know about any wound or any. So another question that they asked him was about the CCTV, that if he has ever made mention of the CCTV. He said yes, that Mohbad has once told him about the CCTV. That there was the time he went to his house that he said something happened in Belash mother's house, and it was due to CCTV they were able to see that, and he said he was going to install it. So he said this last time that he went, that he told him that that he has installed that himself was seeing it in the parlor. So they now told him that is it safe to say that whatever thing that must have happened in the parlor that CCTV will have seen it? He said yes. So they asked him again if Mohbad had any mental illness and all of those things. He said Mohbad is fine. He said, ask him if he has maybe if he has a kind of mental health that maybe he cannot remember his password or whatever. He said the only time that he have seen Mohbad, and Mohbad is fine, and Mohbad usually presses his phone himself. So I think based on contrary things that people have said about Mohbad, he said whenever time he see him, that is okay. And they asked him that was he sick, before the show, or maybe Saturday night or all of those things. He said that Mohbad is strong, that someone that can go to show, then it means he's okay. So one of the lawyers also now asked him that okay, when he now said that when he got to the house, on Saturday, that Mohbad left him maybe around 9 or thereabouts. That Mohbad left him to go and sleep, and maybe after 12 in the midnight, Mohbad came back, and he said that you are still here. He now said, I say that he hasn't not slept. He now said no, that he didn't come and sleep. That he came to enjoy himself. So the lawyer now asked him that what did he mean? That what was his intention for saying that he wasn't here to come and sleep? Or he now said because he came here to enjoy with him now, and while they were enjoying, he went to go and sleep, which is normal. Situation whereby sometimes you can have your friend to come and visit you, and you might get tired and bored. You just have to leave the person and to go and have it. So he said, so that was what happened there. He said Mohbad did not tell him anything about the show until when he slept and woke up, and in the middle of the night, around that maybe 12:02. That was when he told him about the show, and that's when he told him that his own brother too is celebrating his birthday, and they said no worry, that when they come back from the show on Sunday. And I said the reason why he said he wasn't even prepared for the show because he took only one cloth with him, to go to. That was why. That I think that was basically at some point Prime Boy was not it was getting, I would say, maybe irritated with the question. Let me just say this, that I think I was able to see Prime Boy for who he is. That aggressive nature, maybe when he's being asked questions and all of those things, he actually displayed it there. So I think I'm saying this in respect that people that might feel maybe he is rude or this, I can say, that I think that is, if he can display it in court, then I think that is what we is. So it is now left for us to now, try as much as possible to work with him the way we want to work with him. So just to, work the way we want to work with him. So, but although he was warned and he was, talked to that he need to calm down, and because more of the questions were like repetition. I think he saw it that more of them were like repetition. So it was like, you have said this, you have said that, and all of those things. So basically that is what I can remember about what Prime Boy have said in total. Maybe if there's any question, it might be able to make me flash back to some of those things.
Because me, I've said it a few times. I said me, I can't stand talking to them because when they talk, it's as if they are rude. So for him to have displayed it in the court, that means that is him. Do you understand? Portable is scared of police and courts. So if you go to the courts, it's like you are standing in front of an authority. If you are in the court and you can be cautioned of your mannerism of talking, that means that is his nature. That is him. He's naturally like that. Okay, so he was cautioned, of course, by who? By the judge, or
by the magistrate, and in fact, at some point, the lawyer himself, the Lagos State lawyer that was asking him questions at that time, one was also exhibited, a reaction that was like, "Don't talk to me like that." It was like it wanted to be like a kind of argument per se. It wanted to be like it wanted to be like, because the way he responded to the question, like it was even using question to answer question. So the Lagos State lawyer was like, "Don't talk to me like that. You can't talk to me like that." And that was when his lawyer stood up, and the judge, now his lawyer talked to him. Then the judge now also talked to him that he needs to calm down, talk, and answer the question respectfully. So I think that was just it.
So now another thing is, okay, so in that area, so who asked me the question? Was it Shitu San?
No, the only question that the son asked, he was actually asking, I think he asked the question towards the DNA.
Okay.
I think he was asking the question towards the DNA, and towards maybe the paternity of the child. But when he asked about the paternity of the child, the judge had to step in, maybe has heard about who have been linked with the paternity of the child, all of those things. The judge now stepped in and said, no, that it cannot, that kind of question cannot be entertained, that the paternity of the child has nothing to do with. But Shitu argued that this is an homicide case, and everything that has to do with it must not be left unturned. And they reminded the magistrate that since this is the murder case, that the court should be interested in hearing every details, especially as regarding the fact that he said that he doesn't know if he's the owner of the child, that that he alleged that Mohbad have said. So I think the judge, his son, did well. He was able to argue out his points. He was able to face the lawyer, the magistrate, and firm on his words. But then I think he has to still respect the magistrate's judgment at the end of the day.
So the son, of course, argued it, then it was overruled. They will get to that point at one point or the other. I believe so. So what is it that somebody is saying, that is it true that Prime Boy said that Mo called the child a B? Show Sobe.
That what?
No.
No. That was, okay, is it true that Prime Boy said that the Mohbad called the child a bastard? No. There was nothing like that. There was there was nothing that relates to that at all.
What he said was that he overheard Mohbad saying that the child Mobile soon. That's I knocked once and you came back saying that you are pregnant. So he's not even sure if he's the father of the child. Is that what he means? Or what? Yes, how did he say?
So that's what he said. That is exactly what he said. He said, Mobile soon. There were lọ́jọ́ kejì. Wọ́n ní pé ó ti lóyún. Ṣé mo mọ̀ bóyá èmi gan mo ní ọmọ, èmi ni bàbá ọmọ. That was what he said.
just all what he said. So I think people just use that word, to finalize it. So what about the area of the Lagos State lawyers? They did their own. Then his own lawyer uncle, it didn't ask him any question
No,
because
his own lawyer did not ask him a tough question. He just asked him about his introduction and just make him understand that. Then he reaffirmed everything that he have said. He let me to reaffirm what he have said. He didn't ask him anything. It was only the Lagos State lawyer Sanshitu, a lawyer representing, is it this Falana here, and one woman.
The one from Falana, what did they ask question?
Yeah, their question was more technical, and it was more of also, it was the one that asked that question, that what was his motive when he said that he wasn't in that house to sleep. And he also said that he put it to him that Prime Boy was not a good friend, because they asked him if at any point in time Mohbad must have confided in him. He said he doesn't know of that. Mohbad doesn't tell him anything, like maybe until maybe they see that. But the only incident, they asked him if he knows anything about Naira Marley, if Mohbad has ever said anything about Naira Marley. He said he talked about the show, when he was shooting, that when he saw these small scratches on Mohbad's face, they had to ask him that what happened. He said it was Sam Larry that that came to attack him, and but he said that he said they've settled it, and also that he said the matter is in police station, and he said. And when he said something like that, he had to keep quiet and he didn't say anything again, because since he said the matter is already in police station. Then they asked him about about Wunmi as well. Said, why did he text Wunmi, that is he close to Wunmi? It was the Falana lawyer that was asking that question. He said he wasn't close to Wunmi, that he's not close to Wunmi at all. Then he asked him that why didn't he text Mohbad? He said he was not asking that. I said, why would he text Mohbad? He said someone that embarrassed him. That that embarrassed him on the show. That he said that the lawyer now said that if he was a good friend, that he wouldn't still be angry, about all of it. He said why? He said he has to be angry because he was embarrassed. So, and he was waiting for Mohbad to call him and apologize and settle it out with him the next day. So he said that was just it. He said that he's not close to Wunmi. He said, and he mentioned all the things that Wunmi, the text message. He said Wunmi said, "Don't come yet. I would let you know when to come." When he said that he needed to carry his bags and from their place.
And of course, he should still have that message in his WhatsApp.
Well, of course, definitely will. It's an evidence. He's going to use that as evidence. Psychology, autopsy. Yeah, that one was quite.
Autopsy too. Did they read the autopsy or the toxicology?
I think what the man just did, it wasn't as if it was read. He just summarized it, in words.
Can we say that both is out? So there's no result from the autopsy coming up aside what was read?
No, there is not. I don't think so.
So that is it. All that we are expecting, what he released here.
Yeah, I think so. That is it, because they were able to show us pictures of Mohbad.
At what point?
And when he finished his explanations, and when he said that the cause of death was uncertain, then they begin to show us all the pictures they took on his body, and some of the things that they check on his body, they showed us on a slide. And he said that they took, according to the pathologist, he said they took samples on his body, they took his liver, they took his kidney, they took they checked his bone marrow, they took his bone marrow, and I think blood, something, I can't remember the name, something fluid anyway, that they took it, and that they that was what they checked. Even some part of his brain was also checked. Then he said that some of the things that they could not analyze, they took it under the microscope. They checked all of those things under the microscope. He said that by the time they got to where they buried him, that the body was already decomposing, and he has already swollen up, and his skin was even peeling. They showed the pictures of all of the skin peeling. It's only from the knee that that the skin were still there a bit, just
Hold
small.
on, please, I'm sorry, please. At what point, please, did this decomposition, were you able to, did they explain it? At what point? Because he was exhumed at night from, I think, 9 days after his
Days,
being buried.
9 days.
Yeah, so at what point did they say to you people that he was decomposing? Like,
By the time
please.
by the time they exhumed the body, they find out that it was already decomposing. That some of his internal organs were already decomposing by the time they exhumed him, and I think that was also formed the basis of their conclusion. That was also formed the base of their conclusion that for the fact that the body was decomposing, they couldn't get the accurate thing. And he said that when they tested his liver and kidney, they found out that the drugs that were injected to him, that two of them were on the moderate level, and but it's only one that was a bit high. But all of those things, all of those drugs is not still enough to kill him. It's not enough to make. Now then the pathologist now made an example. He said sometimes when someone has malaria, that and maybe the person now dies by that, sometimes it is not the malaria that actually killed the person. There's something they call apoplectic. He called the name is apoplectic shock. I don't know if someone can hear. So that was that it's a reaction. So he said it is that shock that somebody have reacted to, that anaphylactic shock. Yeah. So that is what is actually caused the death of someone. So, but in the eyes of every other people just say, it is malaria, it is malaria. But when they check into it, so that is why he said the reaction of that drug that I was given, just like probably he has an allergy, to that particular drug. So it causes a reaction that that triggered it. He said if the drug was taken orally, and he has actually reacted, that it is still possible that he will die, but it will not be immediately like that. He said, but because it is intravenous, and the most deadly is the vein, that was why it was quick. That was why the drug was reacted quickly, and it passed on. But if it was to be orally, and they would be able to still have time, a little bit of time, to take him to the hospital, and they try and resuscitate him and thereabout like that. So he also said that his neck was not broken, that the neck was actually bent. He said the neck can be bent, that a dead body can be bent and not broken. But he said that the casket was inferior, and in fact it was very easy for them. The casket was inferior, that it was like Paco.
Okay, inferior casket ni wọ́n
Yes, that and the size was not his size. So, and hence that was what made him to bend the neck like that. He said that contrary to that, people said they saw blood. He said they did not see blood. He said they did not see the blood on his casket. He said he said that day, he explained that day rain fell, and the mud has mixed with some of that, because he has already been decomposing, that the mud and the decomposition, all those things, that is chemicals, that will be something that is releasing in his body, were the one that form that that stain, that people feel that it was actually blood, according to them. So that was, so he said the part of the body that they removed was just like a chunk of a peanut, like just the size of a peanut. It's not as if maybe they cut the body, like just the size of a peanut, when they dissected the body, and all the organs of the body is complete. Now there was a critical question that the Lagos State lawyer asked the pathologist. The pathologist said that sometimes the tattoos.
Sorry to tattoo. I'm waiting. The pathologist saw the casket. Positive of his
Yes,
name. So
yes,
they used
yes, he saw it.
to carry him into the lab.
No. They didn't use casket to carry him to the lab.
So is it toxicology became a pathologist? I thought he's in America. Ni wo ti lọ ṣe ni.
No, the autopsy was done in Lutz.
The autopsy.
Everything.
Okay, so,
Yes. So the samples of what they took.
Everything was done in Lutz.
No. The sample of what they took to abroad to do. They don't have any toxicology pathology center in Nigeria. So the sample of what they took was just the size chunk or the size of a peanut on some of the body, to go and test to see if there was any trace of drugs, any trace of substance abuse, any trace of drugs, and all of those things. Say they could not see any trace of drugs in his body.
The one from America.
Yes, they didn't see any trace of blood in his body. So then he said that the tattoos on his body, that those tattoos were deep. They were deep tattoos that he did on his skin. He said, I didn't mean it was these normal tattoos that as the skin is peeling off, the tattoos will be peeling off with it. But we were still able to see those tattoos in the pictures that he was showing. It was really, really glaring. And the different tattoos he drew on his body, he wrote his mother's name on his body, he wrote the father's name on his body, he wrote Adura's name, he wrote Blessing's name on his body. On one side of his body, he wrote Liam. On the other side, he drew so many things. So they now ask him that, the pathologist said that sometimes when they bring bodies like that, they say some kind of tattoo, they'll be able to identify what kind of person that person, the disease is. So the lawyer now, what kind of person is Mohbad? He said with this kind of tattoo, that not with this kind of tattoo on him, that will be able to determine the kind of person he is. But so the lawyer now asks that, is it possible that the chemicals, since the tattoo is deep in his skin, is it possible that the chemicals in his body, on the tattoo that he used, will also have a reaction? Can also be the possible thing. He said the pathologist said yes, that it is possible that that substance also that substance that he took, and the tattoo too, those tattoos too can have impact, on the cause of those things. So on his body, in fact, the body, we could not even recognize the body, the face. Everything has been, yes, it has become decay. His face, people were literally crying yesterday, and when they were showing the pictures, when they were about to show the picture, Baba Mohbad could not, had to like leave, because the man announced that the death was uncertain, and when they were about to show the slide, he had to leave. His face cannot be recognized. Like, you can't really recognize his face. Everything, all the part of it was just a gory. There's nobody that will see that picture and will not be moved to tears. It was really indeed, it was indeed a very, emotional time as at that point in time, for many people. It was, in fact, is if seeing how his legs is being dissected, his head and some other part, but everybody, all this body part has been, um, assembled back and deposited in the morgue.
But I thought they said that the Commissioner of Information said that they put him in the morgue. The morgue that he's in is for rich, as in it's really, really good, very good morgue. So how did his body decompose in a morgue that is very good? Like they said, the morgue that is in is actually for the rich people, where the Lagos State governor, put him. So how?
I think in my own opinion, I think those pictures that was taken when it was brought into the lab. Yes, because they showed us how they brought him in with the clothes, with that white clothes still on, and the cap, that cap that they, and how when the cloth was removed, I think it was done in sequence. It was done in sequence. Why they were, removing the clothes and, working on the bodies and all of those things. It might not be one day. In my own opinion, it might not be one day. It might just be maybe they were doing it, as at intervals as it is. In my own opinion. So maybe as at that point in time, it has not been deposited. Maybe until they finish working on him. That was, but his face, when it just like the face is just like when somebody is being burnt beyond recognition. That's the hair, but in that case, it is like decomposing beyond beyond recognition. So I don't know if it was a rich person's, but I think when they are still working on the body, there's how they leave it. I don't know, maybe.
Kekran, please. Yeah, good evening, ma. How are you, ma? Kekran, what did you listen to San Shitu's press after the inquest? You from his, I don't know, right about that result being read to us, and he was saying something about the pathologists are still going to explain better.
Yes, the next inquest.
Yeah, in the next inquest. So he said we should relax.
Cross-examine the pathologist.
Yes, and that is where the secret of what they've been hiding will come out. It's obvious that we know all these delay tactics. Could it be until when Berekete actually got involved that they started, so it might be a delay.
Let me say this, Nagata. Let me say this. The previous inquest, I think when Berekete got in, I think Berekete was lied to. Yes.
So we don't think Kekran. We know the guy lied now. Have you forgotten?
No, not the guy, no, as in they lied to Berekete. I said he was lied to.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That the commissioner, the guy, because on that day, you see how the guy reacted. He didn't know. He said, I will call back. Let me make some calls. I wasn't informed. Commissioner of Information. You're not informed about something that is trending in the whole world. And
now when Berekete actually gave the date. Now let me say this: when Berekete actually gave that date, that okay, we should wait for 10 weeks or thereabouts. Now, I think
Berekete didn't give the date. Though it was the Commissioner of Information that because Brekete asked him how long do you
Yes,
want us to
yes,
give you?
Okay, yeah. He now said
And
10 weeks.
he said 7 to 10 weeks. So Brekete now said, okay, 10 weeks.
Now, the point I'm trying to make is that after that day, you know, as at that point, the inquest has not. It was. I think it was after before the previous inquest. Now, nothing was done to that, you know, to that toxicology this thing.
So that
While
toxicology.
everybody, yes, while everybody.
Let me refresh your brain a bit. You know, the guy said that they have sent the stuff to an hospital in America, and he gave us the name of the hospital. And the next day, me and some other people made a phone call to those people on behalf of the Aloba, and they confirmed that there was no international body for anything like that.
Yes.
In fact, they don't even do toxicology in their hospital. They only do autopsy. So you know, there was already
the time they took it. No, the time they took that thing the time they took it. You remember the last inquest that one pathologist came?
Yes.
There was one inquest that one pathologist came.
Yeah. And that's when they couldn't give us information other than.
Yeah, that was when the body was taken. That it was taken for toxicology.
Oh my God.
Was it.
Now,
God. I don't know if many people can remember. I said that after that inquest, I waited back to make an inquiry. I said that one time that I waited back after that inquest that same day to make an inquiry, and when I make an inquiry, that was what I got. That it was that day money was released to take that body for toxicology.
Again, Minister of Information.
Not when Brekete.
Minister of Information.
Because Minister of Information was actually clueless.
He even said the money has been allocated by the Lagos State government, and then
he said so. It was that day. It was after that day, after that inquest, that the money was issued out.
Oh my! And he lied. He said the money has been issued out. That he knows the governor has released the money, but that he's gonna do his investigation and he will come back to Brekete when he called him. And he came back and he was just still lying. Alone.
Yeah, because they called. There was one that spoke from Abuja. So later on, it was then Brekete called the Minister of Information. I said Minister. I don't know. Commissioner of Information.
Lagos.
Yes, yeah. Lagos. So the one in Abuja, that one was clueless because that one was apportioning blame to social media.
That one was
apportioning blame to people on the social media, blah 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 blah. So it didn't make sense. So the Commissioner of Information, who was the one that eventually Baba Mohbad, they allowed Baba Mohbad to speak to him. If you remember
on the live show, yes.
And Baba Mohbad said two things. He wants autopsy and DNA, which he said they would do it. That definitely, of course, those two things are very, very important that they would do it. And he was the one that told us that we should wait. We were like, 10 weeks. We were crying that day.
Yeah, so it was the PRO, the police PRO that said that it was the social media people, whatever, that he was condemning. So it was a commissioner that actually said that was rude. And Brekete was asking his people do you think I should call him back? Do you think I was? And then people said, no, don't call him back. The man was rude. Eventually, he used his discretion and he called the guy back. And that was where we were able to get certain information. And he was able to come out and make a fool of himself because he lied to us on the live show. He lied to us.
The pathologist said that.
Because you know what, Lagata, and all of you, K-Crown, I want you to look at it from this. And you know, that's my field. I'm not medical field now. I'm not a pathologist. I mean the legal aspect of it. We have had cases. I mean, there are cases. If you go and check our precedences, we have so many cases of where a lady was spied, by forceful ìbáṣepọ̀ mọ bí mi ṣe fẹ́ sọ torí TikTok yìí, you understand? And then a year later, specimen yẹn lára ẹni tí wọ́n lọ exhume body ẹ̀, it was then done, and the person that was, of course, going through this particular inquest and everything, wọ́n ṣe test yẹn, wọ́n dẹ̀ rí specimen lára òkú. It's mixed and mashed. So how did
it was 2 weeks Adedoyin when the what's his name? Timothy, the wife, it was after 2 weeks they found the body at the back of the hotel, and they were still able to do. I think in the next coroner inquest, I don't think the of us should wait for that now. People should let us get the private autopsy done. I mean, if they can make inquiry from a special toxicology, whatever, and ask these questions like, okay, this is the situation of things. Do you still think we can get an accurate private autopsy done that will give us a clear answer? If they can tell us, they don't even need to involve the police or involve the Nigerian government. Just ask.
But anything that needs to be done, Lagata, you guys should do. We always know that there's always a lead counsel. It must go through.
That's what I'm saying. The son can actually make a contact.
I'm very proud of that man. To be sincere, we were happy with
the pathologist said. Yeah? The pathologist said that they asked him that. They asked him that that if they take that same sample that he did, that is it the same result that they will still get? He said yes.
Yeah, but we can make inquiry from other people. K-Crown, let me bust your bubble, yeah? You see, even from a bone, they can still, a skeleton of a human part, that they can still get all these things done.
They exhume bodies. You got to back King Pharaoh. One more now. King Pharaoh
you know, but my question is, from the beginning, the Lagos State government should have provided Baba Mohbad an information that he needs to bring a medical team that will supervise and monitor the part of the body that was exhumed. How are we sure now that part of the body that they took from Mohbad is actually Mohbad's one? Number one. Number two, why didn't the government enlighten Baba Mohbad that he needs to present?
Sorry to say, Baba Mohbad is an illiterate when it comes to stuff like this.
Even if he's educated, he could by law.
So they are supposed to do it by law. It's a right.
Even if he's a learned person, he could by law.
He wasn't advised at all.
A citizen is entitled to those kind of information. You know, like it's just sad. It's just sad.
Right. You know, no representation, no representative from his family as per medical.
They went to go and bring Blessing as a teller to come and just be there. What does she know? What does she know? It's a normal protocol. It's a normal thing to do. You know, if you want to go and see your
because this man really got him for now. Mo feel this man, this Wahab, I have a feeling.
He was not convinced from the interview we made today. I think people were not talking about that interview. People were not talking about that interview, but what he said.
I played it yesterday.
Okay.
I listened to it, and I'm very impressed.
A lot of people didn't see.
I came back today to talk about him.
Yeah, they didn't see.
I said he's not convinced.
Yeah, he's not. He's not
convinced. That is where you see a good lawyer. You understand? A barrister. Now look at it. He said there's room for suspicion because when they say something is undetermined, meaning.
And he said we should not worry that they just told you something. Obviously, we should keep calm and relax, that they are going to obviously break it down and go into details and give us information about it. So which means he knows that thing there's something dodgy that's happening. So I don't know. Please don't let us give up. I still believe we'll get justice. It's just that a lot of things are going to be exposed, and this is what is happening. So
yeah, but to see where I'm concerned, I will still tell you people this: the lead counsel, please. I know that sometimes even the petition, that is ongoing, they need to press charges. Do you know why? Because as far as I am concerned, everyone around Mo still need to be petitioned and they should be charged to court. It happened during Timothy's time. Falana did it. Go and check precedents.
The nurse is still coming to coroner inquest anyway. The nurse is still coming to coroner inquest.
Okay, when is he adjourned to again?
25th of next month.
Okay, this time around it's more than 4
I think all of them are coming back. Even Sam Larry and all of that are all coming back to coroner inquest. So they are all going to be reinvited, and I don't know. It's going to take a while, but yeah, we will get there.
Yeah, like I was saying to you people yesterday, I said when they say something is undetermined, that means that they are going to use fact finding. They are going to use facts to be able to determine who to
fact finding.
Yeah, that's what they are going to do. They are going to see. They are facts. In fact, it may come up that they are going to do phone forensic. Don't be surprised. If that Lotisa ever decide that if I want dig your Roy,
the phone forensic is in the pipeline already as well. So they're going to do the phone forensic.
They because this is if autopsy is not ready to determine, I mean, isn't undetermined.
When
so
they
the best
that, there will be a lot of exposure with the system camera that
you throw away your phone, forget it. You like use another phone. They will still do. No MTN. All their phone numbers, so Lukaluku, you see more low during his lifetime. That's all they need.
From June 2023 to the current date, everything will come up.
Exactly. So if you like, go and change your phone. I don't use that number again, Komata. The company is still there. MTN is there. Glow is there. Gbogbo Airtel one there. All they need is the number. That is all. And that's it. They have to go deep. Yeah. They use fact finding. I just expect them to, if even 2023 is too far, they should start from July. Last City was September Timoku. Homa makes sense.
I think they like to do 6 months. They like to do 6 months before so that a lot of things can be unraveled, you know. So I think it's 6 month thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
What if they say they can't remember the number? They will remember the number. Prime Boy knows
mobile all their numbers. All their numbers are there.
Prime Boy remember the phone number he and Wumi communicated. You understand? So Darosha, all of them know their numbers. All of them. One more number around now. If nothing at all, Prime Boy, Wumi, they know each other's number. Abi?
All these numbers have been taken down and been noted down. Mobile's number, all of their numbers are.
And of course, they've all given their statement. Remember, all of them have given statements before. All of them. Gbogbo wọn.
Nigerian government, they failed us big time.
Wow, they failed us. They did. What failed? What failed? In fact, a lot of people have had that premonition that it's going to be like that. But I was hope that Lagos State government will mess up. They will want to prove a point. But when I knew,
from when Sanwo-Olu said, said that thing that day with that lady at the house, when it was a big sign. It was a red flag.
Yes. Do you know why I saw the red flag was from Brekete? When they said, can you call Weeks? Monia, no, this is not possible. What kind of toxicology will share from September?
Brekete knows all of this. He gave us a clue that day, but people didn't pay attention. He said that.
Yes,
he said that toxicology, even we have done several ladies, even within 3 weeks, you get the results. Yes. Yeah, he said it. And he said they have done couple. And he was asking Professor Ike that, do you remember we had the one case toxicology? He said 3 weeks, so he knows. But he actually put that man. He didn't throw him under the bus. He threw him under Eurostar train because he messed up. He lied. Look how he was. He gave him options to lie, and the guy actually thought that he was entertaining him, and he was confident and was proud to even come out with so many lies. So all these things will be used again.
He was tutoring now. You could tell. It was so glaring. It was so glaring, that Brekete called them out and he said we should wait till that time. Of course, by now, Atigba results in Atigbo. I know a lot of things is happening, but it's not everything I can talk. I can't say all. I know a lot of things that is happening. I mean, what I mean is that many things is scattergun, but I'm just hopeful, I'm just hopeful with some things that I saw yesterday. I'm hopeful with some things. And if this son, I hope and pray, the way he started, I hope that energy, he continues with it. That's just my prayers. That same energy. There are sometimes that you have a barrister who has passion for this case, and all he wants is that he wants justice. That's the kind of passion tí Falana máa ń ní, tó jẹ́ pé he will always, and Gani Fawemi, that you will see them, they do very well in a case, they always excel. Yes, that passion, the same passion is all we ask for.
I think that with this new son too, I think you're actually right. And if it were to be, I'm not shading them, but if it were to be that it is still the Odumosu daughter that was still coming, like
òun ni mo sọ, mo ti sọ
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Sorry, platform.
I know. So with that was what I saw. They won't be able to stand, or with the way the sons even argued with, like real argument, though, not just like maybe just
before the judge God was called to bench, man yẹn ti jẹ́ san. Don't you know that that's hierarchy? Before she was called to bench, go to the magistrate, bóyá san nìyẹn, ọ̀gá ẹ̀ ni, and that's what they look at in Nigeria. Nigeria, that's how in fact, legally, that's how they operate. Ó lè jẹ́ pé ẹni tó wà lórí májístrate á máa rí pọ̀ gáùn ní Wahab yẹn. So the kind of argument, because they have a lot of precedents that they will be able to table to the judge pé kí ló ń wí. You will see now that they are seeing that this a Falana, we of course wọ́n máa pera wọn. And of course that man, if he's truly as he's starting, bí mo ṣe rí tí màá yẹn ṣe sọ̀rọ̀, I am hopeful. I just pray nothing should water him down, because sometimes this son, but anyway, son is the best for this. You can't employ the service of a baby kó lọ máa represent. That's why tí judge yẹn ṣe ní òun sick, òun tọ̀, òun yàgbẹ́, òun ṣe kinní kan, wo serious, ó kàn wo gbogbo team Justice for Mohbad as a cartoon ni. This is the real thing now. If we are serious about something, we need to do it seriously. And I'm very happy this man, mo ti rí stature man yẹn gan, ó tún dàbí ẹni tó kọ́kọ́rọ́ wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. I'm very impressed. And he's very intelligent, of course, his son. What do you expect? What do you expect?
I think they should just, I don't know how possible it is. They should just just let him handle the case, because with the Odumosu's daughter, still there, I don't want to say waste of resource, because no women they pay the money, but then to me they're just like figurehead.
No, they can't. You can't expect you can't compare when you see a son and you see the child of it's two different things. Let's be real. Mi ò ní parọ́. You see, they respect each other. That's what I mean is oga. Do you get it? So forget it. When they see someone like that man there, like the judge and the magistrate, these people are not joking. They are not joking. If it's true that she went to receive a call in respect, what is up? Ṣé ó tún wá, ṣé Wahab wà ńbẹ̀? Nǹkan tí wọ́n bí nìyẹn. A ní ó wá o. Ó ti mọ̀ pé ọ̀rọ̀ I want know them out there. Sometimes they try, they want to settle out of court, but it's not possible. This Mohbad's case, àwọn ìyá àgbàlagbà wo ti wà ńbẹ̀, wọ́n dúró, àwọn ayé wà interested in this matter. A dúró à ń wò, a fẹ́ mọ bó ṣe fẹ́ lọ. So we are waiting. Well, what will happen is that normally, let me not lie to you people, all these things is what they are going to brainstorm, what the man is going to tell the magistrate and the courts. They have to just follow normal procedure. We cannot jump it. We can't say we are carrying most body away. No, they have to follow normal procedure and process. And what will happen is going to be the next court date. Whatever SAN is planning and whatever it needs to present in the court, whatever things that needs to happen, they will be processed. And every other thing also can be done, like the petitioning and everything can be done before that 25th of next month. So I just would admonish, the SAN to please, on hands on deck for it, please, it should please push this thing. It should push it, please. Push it. We waited for 9 months to hear nothing. 8 months plus to hear nothing. Woman, so all they wanted was to, like, everybody should forget and move on. Gbàgbé ṣebí Nigerians sì ni, tá bá delay taxes, tá ṣáà fún wọn nílé ní dé ní lọ́la, wọ́n máa move on. I'm sure they are in shock that people are still expecting. They are even still saying SAN should go and represent. They are in shock. They are move on. That's what they expected. But surprisingly, I don't know, boy Mohbad yẹn bí tó ti mi ìrírú ọmọ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn rí. Àwọn èèyàn dúró, they are still waiting. They want to see the end. Yeah, come and see my phone yesterday. Tell me nke lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Mohbad. Some people don't know him. Some people don't know him at all, but they are not sleeping. They are crying on this Mohbad case. They are not ready to let go. They want to say as if they should have let go. They want to say as if they should have no, for me, some kind of, àwọn èèyàn Mohbad ṣì ń yọ sí wọn, kò yọ sí mi rí. Some people, Mohbad see they appear to them. And I have some people is what, because they are thinking of him, wọ́n kàn réyàn tó dàbí Mohbad ni. Some people, they are thinking of him. So Mohbad, they will have no choice but to see him in their dream. Ó kàn yọ sí wọn ni. Kò yọ sí mi. Kò yọ sí mi. Yeye, me, I know him from nowhere. Even I stopped watching Yeye only if she talks about Mohbad. Hey, no, don't do that now. We can't be, some people even said that, even justice for Wunmi Abikini won't put around. Those ones too were jubilating that they have abused me, so they have left. I told you people, we can't just be talking about Mohbad every day. It's not possible. We can't. Except people want me to come and be fighting. We can't. We have to wait for something that is happening that is reasonable, like a very, we see the handwork of the SAN now, something making sense towards justice for Mohbad. In fact, with what I have seen now, I will now call Baba Mohbad too at one point. I will call him so that, so that I can tell him that he should tell SAN this, that. I know that his Baba Mohbad is not talking, about, he just needs to, make sure he carries himself along with the SAN and let him know that I know the doctors will tell you everything is process, procedure, protocol, but he should just put a lot of pressure on the SAN that I won't buy. They don't know it all. Give ideas on this one. I will. I'll call him because of the son, they just need to look at this, look at this, look at that, and especially on this result that came out, meaning where we are putting our hope. My hubby said, your son Mohbad's son report is out. I cry. Oh, that's it. Gbogbo wa ni àti Alabi Mohbad. All of us, Alabi Mohbad. Mohbad father is emotionally don't you know that what they did by showing the child, and of course some people would have they would have probably told him about the decomposition. And the man is trying his best not to bury that child without a conclusive results. Like, to him now, it'll be you understand? To him now, as if go to drill at because hearing that I won't re nǹkan ó ti decompose. In fact, some people have said blaming, he's the one that buried the man. That's why the boy. That's why the thing. It's not true. Lagos state government didn't do anything. I think I bẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run. They didn't do anything. I've seen in this country, everywhere they can do autopsy and clinical toxicology of any skeleton. When the Oyibo people told us àwọn ọmọ nǹkan tó pa Pharaoh, many things like that. Titanic, the ship Titanic. Do you know many things that they have? Science. In fact, there's nothing they can do. What are you people telling me? Ilẹ̀ ń bá mi sọ. What are you people telling me? Ẹ jẹ́ àsọ tó síbi tó tọ́ wà. That's why, and that's why a lot of things happen in Nigeria. I'm telling you. When some things start to happen to some people in a field, àwa ò ní mọ̀ pé ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wọn. Because when something happens now to some people now, sorry, pathologist, so I'm not trying to make you unhappy. You know this thing now, if you aid and abet with people to lie, when something start to happen in those people's lineage now, they won't know ẹkún tí wọ́n pa ìdílé kan. That's why you have to be careful. Any office, authority that you are in, as a lawyer, as a doctor, anything, you have to be careful. I remember when we were young, there's this my friend. She, anyway, was last year that she went to be with the Lord. She's dead now. Every minute she's pregnant. Every minute she's pregnant. To an extent that the doctor that always do abortion for her, TikTok ìranù yìí sí ó tún lè gbé mi sókè pé mo sọ̀rọ̀ kan tí kò yé òun. The doctor that used to evacuate the fetus for her now told her pé àwọn ọmọ ń yọ sóhun lójú àlá, wọ́n ń lé òun báyìí. Many of us are very, very wicked. You don't know? The doctor, because of that, my friend, this thing I'm telling you people, I'm not lying. I am not lying. You are laughing like this. You are laughing like this. The doctor told her, Lagbaja, no, that in the night when he's sleeping, that children will come, they will be pressing his neck like this. Sometimes he will be running, they will be chasing him. Because of this thing, he turned to born again. This hospital is in Adeni Ijos. I'm telling you, in Ikeja. The doctor lives near my house. The doctor one day called me. The power sorrow. Because he's thinking that even you, that this your eyes that look like omonta, you understand? Maybe your own, you're carrying your own to another hospital and me or rewall. But he now said, what eyes Lagbaja? And I said, she's fine. Pé àwọn ò rí mọ́ pé nítorí pé àwọn sọ pé kó má wá ṣẹ́ oyún mọ́ lọ́dọ̀ àwọn pé wọ́n ní kò dé so ọmọ yẹn. Can I shock you? The man turned to born again. in his hospital like this, his only children, Agbomola nìkan ló máa ń ṣe. That, my friend, when she now got married, you won't believe it. This thing I'm telling you, people. Before she finally gave her a child, gbogbo wa ti bímọ, àti bímọ nú wa tán. Ọmọ yẹn